the clock in a second. But big up, yo, yo, yo. Big up to you if you're just joining in. Shout out to you. South Africa is playing today. So we're going to be watching South Africa versus Lesotho. And yeah, this is the predicted scoreline is on the screen already.
You hater. You were flipping hater.
So yeah, here we are. All right. 0. Let me make sure that I'm all set here. Big up young Poppy as well. I'm just getting my screen all good to go. Where is the South Africa game? Boom.
I'm gonna change my shirt as well.
Come on, you gotta represent now. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, the game is about to start. South Africa versus Lesotho. Let's look at the lineup. Since the lineup has been released. Oh. Here we go. I just put the link in the chat, by the way, for anybody. Let me also pin it in the chat. But interesting that in the poll that we did, almost 30 people voted, and 70% more or less say Rasmus can do the Sui anytime. Doesn't matter if Ronaldo is playing or not. He's entitled to the Sui.
But would Rasmus, ask the question, would Rasmus do the Sui if Ronaldo wasn't playing?
Versus Portugal, I think the Sui is gonna haunt Portugal. That's what I think. It's gonna haunt Portugal. So nice. So yeah, so like I feel like that's what's gonna pretty much.
Did your game start already?
The game is starting on. No, they're still clapping hands on mine. Wait. Oh, it started. It's actually. Hold on, let me refresh. It's actually at 45 seconds. Oh, let me shoot.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, 1 minute. Now, yeah.
So one thing I noticed now is that when it comes to big moments, when we must now take the opportunities there for us to do something, then we don't do it. But the ball through, and then we hit the ball over. Yes, this is going to be an open game. And it's going to be a very, very we're going to dominate this game, definitely.
Let's see. Any so you said you're looking out for which player? Is it
I'm gonna look for his number now.
What number is he?
I'm gonna check now for you.
Yeah.
You are really You must watch. It's called I'm a Fan TV. No, they on
Fan TV.
They're on what you call that? They're on YouTube, and you must see how these people talk about their clubs, bruh. I love the club for them.
I hear. Big up Riri, by the way, and Young Puppy and BTG. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for pulling up.
Yes. Big up everybody.
Yeah. Big up yourself every time. See it?
Salute.
We're watching South Africa versus Lesotho.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask for a geography lesson. Where is Lesotho?
Just above South Africa.
Just above South Africa?
Yeah.
Inside South Africa.
No, man. It's inside.
In the capital, Soweto.
No. Oh, is Lesotho the one there by the mountains, huh?
John, you can't tell me you didn't know where Lesotho was. Come on.
Nah, I know where Lesotho is, man. It's actually South Africa.
Wait, John is giving me geography lessons and don't know where the country is?
Really?
The country is in his country, and he
The
doesn't know.
country is in my country. But I don't want to believe they're a different country because why? How is it possible that the country is in another country and they're their own country? How does that work?
Look, there
I
it
was
is.
just about to ask if the country is in South Africa, how are they playing each other for a qualifier?
Yeah. And the
Well,
capital.
politics will kill you.
Ah,
Politics will kill you.
look,
What
look,
can
look,
tell you?
Riri. Eswatini is its own country. Lesotho is its own country. They are both landlocked and they're inside South Africa. They are sovereign states with their own governments. So they're entitled to have their own and their own, like, culture. So that, it's it's that prerogative to be able to, like, exist as an own entity and just be like, well, competing,
That is it. That is very interesting, though. Like legitimately, like on a geopolitical kind of stage. That is an interesting
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
A country within a country. That yeah, okay.
Yes. That's how it is. That's how it is.
I
So,
hear it. I hear it, man. I hear it.
so let's hope that the small country can win. I'm rooting for the under.
Maybe Botswana. This is the reason why. Uh, anyway, I'm not gonna say what I want to say.
I know you're about to troll Botswana. I know. Just shut up.
You guys play. You guys played today too, right, bots?
Yeah, we just lost to Algeria 3-1.
Oh
That's why it's in the
no!
video. Now
Yeah.
everybody must lose now because he lost. Everybody else was to lose now. Zuma.
Hey, big up NN, by the way.
Yeah, what are you saying? I've
Uh,
only come in here to say that with what I said with the qualification,
oh,
4 people get to the out of the 4 second best teams, they have a playoff for them to get for the best of them for the winner to get to the intercontinental playoff.
yeah, that's
So
what
if you come second, you have to do 2
like a
playoffs.
semi-final type of thing, right?
Yeah, they do their own playoff, but that's just to go to the intercontinental playoff.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I think I get you. I get you. I read about, but it wasn't like 100% clear for me this process how the African nations qualify. But this is why we have these conversations. I'm glad that I know a little bit more now.
But I hope that you and John have fun watching other countries because your countries are not getting in.
Eswatini, sir. You threw to Eswatini,
You lost to Rwanda.
brother.
You lost to Rwanda.
Bro, no. Did you watch a game? You didn't watch a game.
lost to
You know what
Rwanda.
happened?
Did you
You know what
lose?
happened?
Did
Listen.
you lose?
Listen.
So
Did you lose? Did you lose?
is this like their African diaspora?
Oh, don't say
I'm seeing
beef.
a
There's
lot
no
of
beef
African
here.
beef right now, though.
There's no
I
beef
was just
because
about to say, is this the African diaspora beef? Like
no.
we on?
These guys have only ever been to a World Cup when they're hosting. They're not on our level. They don't have our
Oh
pedigree.
wow!
They
Oh
don't
wow!
have our pedigree.
Damn.
We
Easy
Oh
compete.
take that.
wow!
Wow.
Stick to the rugby and cricket.
That's fighting
Stick to the
words right
rugby and
there.
cricket.
Now you see, in the reason why,
Oh
the reason why I'm gonna allow you,
wow!
the reason
What
why
you
I'm gonna
say?
allow you.
So what you say? And then they only know about Mark Warren and Shane Warren and and them.
Riri, sorry, go. Sorry, Botswana. Did you see that touch now? Did you see that
Bro,
ball? Did you see that touch?
that was incredible.
That is the guy. That is the
That
guy.
was really nice.
I'm gonna go do what I was doing, but make sure you don't lose to Lesotho. That's it.
Yes, man.
Damn.
That-
He
that-
would
that-
need
Nah,
that-
that would be like a David Goliath kind of situation if they lose to Lesotho.
Imagine. Can you imagine? That'll be crazy.
I mean, Lesotho, South Africa is like South Africa playing Johannesburg. It's
Right?
a city. It is
Yeah.
like a city or town.
That's what I'm saying. It's
is.
so weird.
It is weird. But for them to be competing, Lesotho is pretty good in itself. You know.
Yeah, that's really that's what I was saying. That's really cool. Like that's super cool.
Big up, watch it.
Big up, my G.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
some of the tackles that are flying in from these Lesotho
When did
players.
when did
Wild.
Hey, look who it is! It's Wajid on the mains.
Hey,
when did South Africa
Riri, my
last go?
sister. I hope you're well.
I am good. I am good, Wajid. I am good. I am very good.
That's good
What
to hear.
team do you support?
I apologize for missing court this morning, but I did fidget and I went back to sleep and that was it, man.
Nah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I hear it still. I hear it. There's only 9 days left. Don't worry. 9 days
I
left.
know.
For everyone, we're talking about Ramadan. It's the last 10 days now.
oh,
So.
you got cut off, was it? Or is it just me? Maybe I got cut off.
It
No,
was
you
just
got
me.
cut
I
off.
actually heard him.
We all heard him.
Oh,
Do you
Yeah,
also like Wajid, Deba, you guys, no? Do you guys also make booba?
What's booba? What's booba? Sorry.
Booba is like a pudding. It's like a dessert. I don't know. And
No,
What is
sorry.
it made? What is
Falida,
it made of? What is it made of, John Morgan?
milk and stuff. I don't know, but it tastes
Milk
delicious.
and stuff? Like
But
milk?
yeah,
What kind of
but it tastes
description
delicious,
is
bro.
that?
I don't know.
Little
It's
milk, little
like
flour,
sadza.
little, you know.
Milk and sadza.
Like milk and stuff.
I don't know.
Actually,
Yeah,
is it not disrespectful
Oh,
to like be talking about food on somebody's fast and like
we
you know?
Milky-
no,
milky
it's
salsa.
not,
Nah.
it's
It's
not
not. It's
disrespectful.
not.
Though.
It's
It's
not.
not?
It's not
Okay,
disrespectful.
cool.
We make
Cool.
we make a variation of it, John. We don't call it boba. It's called
Booba.
booba. Sorry, it's called what's it called? It's called rasmalai. So it's a
Oh, rasmalai. Oh, he's
Jesus.
talking about rasmalai.
yeah, it's a variation.
Okay.
Oh, and Faluda is like a milkshake, but it
Yeah.
also tastes lekker. Faluda, you pali. Yeah,
I
it's
don't
lekker.
I don't personally like faluda, but yeah.
Is it? Nah, bruh. So on the 15th day, then they say that is Pooba night. Then all the families make Pooba and they give it out.
All right,
See.
cool.
Yeah. South Africa, a lot of Muslims.
Yeah,
Very big.
there's a very big Muslim community in South Africa, isn't there?
Yeah, bruh. It's weird, and it's like it's a Cape Mal. They call it the Cape Malays, and they own their own breed. It's weird, but yeah, it's because
Fast.
like it's just like you can see them, and like we won. We all won, but
You can see.
I'm not
You can
Muslim,
see
and they
them.
all
You can
crazy.
smell one from a distance. You can smell one from a
Yeah,
distance.
because they us, bro. It's like me. They like me. So my name is like me being Ikram.
I hear it.
Yeah, so yeah, but
What dude, are you back? Are you back in England?
Yeah, I'm back for like 10
Yeah,
days.
I see you got on the Scully. That's how I know you're not in a warm climate no more.
I wear the Scully anyway.
Really? Even like when you was down in Mexico with the heat?
Yeah.
Oh nah, you bugging.
But like just for like the hairline is totally fine before anyone starts saying that. Like the hairline is hairlining, so don't worry about that. I just wanted to prove that point that people think I'm doing the KG. But
just
my
go to
hairline is-
Turkey, Wajid. You'll be fine.
I pretend.
Don't worry, I'm still trying to figure out why people are saying I look like Stephanie.
There ain't nothing there. I
They'll
don't need to go to
transfer-
Turkey.
They'll do the
Nah,
I don't need to go to
Wajid.
Turkey. Look at that hair.
Wajid got that South Asian hair, man. He ain't gotta go to Turkey.
I'm chilling.
He chilling.
Yes.
That's why people like I started my locks like 3 years ago, and people are like some people, because like locks take forever to grow, right? But because my dad, well, some of my ancestors are from South Asia, so my hair grows crazy. So within 3 years, my locks are already like halfway down my back. So when people see me, they're like, "Yo, how did your locks get so long so quick?" I was like, "That's South Asian tax."
The South Asian tax.
Nice.
What country do you support, the lady on the panel?
I support Brazil.
Really? Are you African or what?
No, I'm not African. I am Guyanese, but some of my
African.
ancestors are from from the west coast of Africa.
So you're from Ghana? Ghana.
Well, yeah, that area, yes. I
Ghana.
can't specifically say Ghana, but yes.
I mean, I do recall back in the day, obviously living in Africa, everyone's second team was Brazil. Let's face it.
No, well, my the reason, I think I explained this yesterday to bots. Growing up in Guyana, we have a football team, but just like you know, like the Somalian team, they don't really make it to the World Cup or whatever. So growing up where I grew up, then Brazil is our neighbor to the south, and so the majority of the people living in my country support Brazil. So
Riri, where in Guyana?
oh, the coastline, like I was telling you yesterday, you see all of that right there in the middle, that's all Amazon.
That's
We
all
live
it-
like most of the population is on the coastline, like all that area right there
Yeah.
in the middle is all forests and just uninhibited. All of that is uninhibited. Like there's few pockets of people, but yeah.
I thought
Why
you
you
said
got
Ghana. Okay,
No,
it's
Guyana.
Ghana. Get it.
Chinese
I
lending?
get it.
You got a place called Chinese lending?
Say that again?
Chinese lending? There's a place called Chinese lending?
Yeah,
Santa Cruz.
that's probably where the Chinese came in when they brought them in for indentureship.
Wow.
They're everywhere.
Guapa.
They're taking over. Angola is all Chinese now.
No, but it's not even about them taking over. I think people don't realize, like the Caribbean, we're such a melting pot because what happened is, whilst we watch the game, if you guys don't mind me giving you a little history.
Of course.
What happened is when slavery was abolished, in the Caribbean, they still needed people to work the plantations and stuff like that. And what they did is they went out to India first, and they fooled the Indians and told them that they would pay them. They would bring them to the Caribbean to work, and they would pay them and stuff like that. They even ended up kidnapping, luring the kids onto the boat with sweets and stuff like that. And they brought the Indians first, and when that didn't work out, they went and got the Chinese, and brought them to work also, and fooled them too, and told them that they were going to pay them. And then when that didn't work out, they went and got the Portuguese. So,
Sorry, just quickly,
the British,
sorry, one sec.
The Portuguese, they everywhere. But
Really, just one sec.
Do they speak Spanish or Portuguese there in Guyana? Any Portuguese or
I
Spanish?
think somebody. I'll answer you in a minute. I think somebody's trying to get bots' attention.
Bots, one sec.
Yeah.
Bots, one sec. You know you're talking about Wajid Kentucky. Take your hat off, big man.
My hairline is also hanging on for dear life, bro.
Wait, mine's hanging on for dear life, bro. My hairline is looking sweet. Don't be putting me in the same boat as you waste, man. Did you not see that head of hair I got going on?
No,
bro, I don't know what's wrong with these lot.
I was surprised. You got a lot.
I honestly don't know what's wrong with these lot. I'm still confused at this Stephanie Smith one. Like I have a full head of hair, like nothing pushed back, nothing. Like I still don't understand it. What do you lot see?
You got young Papi, you got braids, right? Or something like that, or it's just curls. Your hair's like, oh, okay.
Curls. My hair is just all over the place.
Curls, yeah.
Now yours is all right. It's bots.
You look like most of my cousins on my mom's side.
That's what I'm saying. I could just blend in everywhere, anywhere.
Yeah. All right, Quartz.
See, if I was to give Jamaica anywhere of Quartz, we'll be looked at as like family as well. Like I could just blend in anywhere.
That's the same thing like me. If when I touch down in the islands, when I go to any island and visit or whatever, I fit in. Like I don't stand out. Like it's not like, you know.
All right, boss.
But to answer the gentleman's question.
Sorry, really quickly. Boss, your turn. No, all of it, bro. No. You best lift that up. All of it.
Nah, man, it's gone. It's gone, bro.
Hey, yo, put the hat back on. Put the hat back on.
It's moving like United.
Sorry, Riri.
No. You good, Wajid. You good.
I needed to know, Riri, what is this strip of like? What's this place that's not labeled? This country, what is it?
That's Guyana. All of that's Guyana.
Oh, that's still Guyana. Oh, I thought.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
like a
river.
river or
That's
something.
That's
actually
a
a
river. It's
river
a
running
river.
through
It's a
there.
river.
Oh,
That's a river.
okay.
Legit, a river runs from the top all the way down to Brazil.
And how do you say this country? Yeah.
That's Suriname or Dutch Guyana.
Oh, Dutch Guyana, Suriname, and then there's French Guyana.
And
Wow.
then there's
Yeah.
French Guyana, yes.
So, Riri, correct me if I'm wrong. Guyana used to be known as English Guyana before it became
Yeah,
Guyana.
British,
Yeah.
not
Oh, sorry.
English, but
British
British.
Guyana. Sorry. Yeah. British
British. Please respect the Queen and put British in front of it.
Sorry. Yeah.
State of
No. Don't apologize to me. You gotta apologize to your monarch.
I don't care. I don't just my money.
This is wild. Well, we learned something. I learned something new today for
But
sure.
yeah, to answer the gentleman's question, we speak English because we are the only or were the only British colony
Yeah, because you speak very good English.
colonized country in South America.
Yeah, because you speak very good English, and it has got sort of like a West Indian slight ting. Very
It
slight.
No, Guyana's
comes
West
out.
Indies.
Yeah, I'm classified West Indian.
Ah,
On
you got a slight ting.
contrary to what some people were trying to say this morning, but yes, I am classified West Indian.
Do they
And
speak
we are.
Spanish and Portuguese in Guyana? Any people?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Do they speak Spanish or
I
Portuguese
mean,
in Guyana?
no, we learn it. We learn Spanish in school, but for the most part, no, that's not one of our main dialects. There's a lot of Brazilians now in Guyana because Guyana is at the top of the world's
Borders with
largest
border.
growing GDP right now because they found oil off the coast of the country. So Exxon and the British, whoever the British oil companies are down there right now. So everybody's flocking to Guyana right now. So a lot of Brazilians are in Guyana right now. So if you go visit now, you'll probably, if you're walking on the street, hear some people speaking Portuguese, but they're probably not Guyanese. They're probably from Brazil.
Yeah, because you got good location. You got coast, sea, everything, ain't you? And
We
you
have everything.
Yeah, and you border Brazil.
We border Brazil and we border. Right now, we're in a battle with Venezuela because of the oil. Venezuela is like trying to take claim a portion of our country. Like
Venezuela is the second most Portuguese area in South America. Obviously, first is Brazil, but Venezuela is second. Obviously, we all know what's going on in Venezuela. There's a lot of
right. So they also
oil issues.
So their dictator is also trying to take some of our land. Like he's legit trying to claim a portion of Guyana.
Oil. It's all bloody oil, isn't it?
It's all bloody oil, exactly.
Bloody oil.
How's the game going, John Morgan? How's South Africa looking?
He's quiet. Lesotho has silenced John Morgan.
John, South Africa should be winning by now.
Is David beating up Goliath? Is that what's going on?
South Africa playing a township.
John,
you're on
mute. John, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. What I was saying was, watch the game and then you'll see what is happening. We're doing everything right. It's just final third, then we rush things. Lesotho looks like they're chasing shadows. So yeah, but we must just get to the final third because when we come to the final third, then Lesotho scramble, and then we don't get a clean shot off for. Yeah, so
and Lesotho spoiling the game a bit. They hoof it. They can't let. It's not a settled game. They can't. They're breaking.
You were saying that these games are on ESPN, right?
Yeah, ESPN Plus. Yeah.
Maybe when I get back in the house, I'll check it out. Was it the first half or the second half?
It's the first half, Riri.
23 minutes.
23
minutes. So where's this young guy who's good? You said. Where
he's
is he at?
Cooking, brother.
Is he on the wing? Is he on the wing?
Yeah, he's on the left wing.
Ratomo, right?
Left wing.
Ratomo.
Rebuhile, yeah.
Yeah.
Number what? What's his number?
Number 11.
11. Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Nah, man.
When are you going to get another Benny McCarthy? Oh, that's a
Brother,
player.
if
That's a
if we
player.
get the Benny McCarthy,
That's
we're
a player
winning
there.
the Euros, my bro. We're
That's
winning the Euros.
Dude, that's a complete striker there already. What are we talking about there? Benny was
Benny.
complete.
Man like Benny, only South African to win the Champions League, bro.
Yeah, I know he won the champ. He loves Mourinho. He does. With the Porto team. Imagine winning the Champions League with Porto. Crazy stuff.
One thing about Percy Town, no?
Yeah.
Man is, I don't know.
You see, Mourinho picked him nice.
Decision making is bad, Percy Tau, huh?
Terrible, my bro.
How you
Benny
gonna
He feels like he do everything himself, but he's not even the best player.
You see, I think Benny McCarthy is better than Drogba. Me.
Uh-oh.
We're not having that
I'm
conversation.
one of
We're
them.
not having that. We're not having that.
I
Nope.
am. I'm one
Nope.
of them peoples.
You're one of the only.
Yeah,
you're probably the only person.
Yeah, because
Nah, Drogba on the half turn. Nah,
I really do think so. A lot
Drogba
more
back to goal.
finisher.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I got Benny ahead. I do.
So
Much
how
more.
do you back up your Benny argument, BTG?
Yeah, I do. But Drogba's only got more strength. The rest, skills, ability, any of the finishes, overhead kicks, you name it, Benny's well ahead. People been watching too much Premiership. That's the problem.
Benny's not well ahead. Benny's
the guy.
No, he was good. He's not Drogba.
Yeah.
Let's not do
Yeah.
this.
They're asking how many beers you've had, BTG.
Yeah, I know it'd be controversial. I want to see Drogba win it. I know it'd be controversial, but that's opinions, isn't it? It's just, don't take it at heart. You know what I'm saying? It's only football. But I got Benny ahead of Drogba. Sorry, Chelsea fans.
I mean, his trophy cabinet has a Champions League.
With a smaller, well, it's not a smaller team. Porto, a bigger team than Chelsea.
That's special.
Yeah.
To do that.
You know, if you said to a Chelsea fan that Porto are bigger than Chelsea, they wouldn't believe you. Do you know that?
No, Chelsea's a small club. Chelsea's a very small club.
Exactly. Porto have won everything also.
So have Chelsea.
Yes.
What do you say?
But Chelsea won everything. I don't understand what's the.
No, just because they won trophies doesn't mean they're a big club. Chelsea's a small club, bro. They small club.
Biggest club in London.
They're big now.
So.
They are big now. They are big now worldwide for sure. The last 20 years have been crazy. You know,
I think Abramovich really is who put Chelsea on the map. To be fair,
that's why I always called them a preschool club.
Nobody knew.
They was born in like 2003 or whatever. Like,
when you say that, Wajid, I know you're the numbers man, but yeah, prior to him,
when I lived in
your brain's relaxing.
When I lived in Africa, nobody knew Chelsea. It was only Liverpool and Manchester United. Okay. So
I wasn't trying to like put you out there. I was just trying to say.
I know.
Like when he brought in the money, that's when a lot of people started knowing about Chelsea.
For sure, now it's different. It's Arsenal and Chelsea.
I mean, Arsenal have always been a big club in this country.
Yeah, but I mean in Africa now, Chelsea and Arsenal are massive now, but they never used to be. So I'm talking 25 years ago, of course, a generation ago.
Can I get some history on like the clubs, like how the clubs were run prior to these like big name billionaires and whatever buying into them? Like, did the government own most of these clubs back in the day?
No.
Or
no?
Or was it like? Or was I was just about to say, or was it the fans?
Yeah, it's different in different countries. In the Latin countries, it's
I'm not talking. I'm talking about England. I'm talking about the clubs in England.
They were club run. They were just rich club owners. Like someone who maybe had a big building construction company, he would be the chairman or the president of the club, for instance. There was no government or oil merchants. No, there wasn't.
That was just the fans, really. Like.
So
it's like compared to like a Green Bay settings, like how the fans like own majority majority shares for Green Bay for the Green Bay Packers.
So United was privately owned for 100 years before the
Okay.
Glazers took in
Yeah.
cut into power. So that's how. So United have always been owned by a company or an individual.
Somebody.
Because they
That's
was actually
somebody.
getting down financially, right? And then it was something to do with that dog Major or something like that.
I'm sorry.
It was something to do back in the day, like when I want to say the club was going down financially, like,
I mean, no,
and I don't know if it was the change of Newton Heath to Manchester United or something like that. I can't remember exactly when, but yeah, I want to say that's something that happened, and then it was something to do with a dog named Major, like an
no,
actual dog, like saved the club or whatever, and then the story goes from there.
well, that's the old wives' tale, as they say. In reality, it was the Newton Heath split to two clubs for the railways company and the actual Newton Heath, and then I think what was Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway that they then became Manchester United later on. But the dog story is the old wives' tale.
Right,
It's
right.
the cuter story.
It's the
True, yeah.
story. The dog has a role, but nowhere near as big as they
As they made it
speak
seem.
about.
Yeah,
As they
yeah,
speak
yeah.
about.
So I have a question also for the panel. Like how well I don't know if everybody's Man U fans on the panel, but
Well,
for the ones that
except NN.
Who's
except
Chelsea player?
I
wait,
mean,
and
I
then
would pretty
and
much
then it's
take
back,
EM one too.
And then is here. He's an op.
and then over here,
BTG.
and then in the chat talking about, but I'm related to the Argentinians.
Yeah, he's here right now.
In the panel.
But yeah, how did like Budget? How did you become like a Man U fan? Was it like from family or?
Mine's my grandfather. My granddad my granddad's been in England since like the 40s.
Right.
So, even further back, my family's been like in England since the 1800s. From my
Of course. Well,
great-grandfather.
like we just had that conversation.
No, but I'm just saying, like my family wasn't part of the mass migration. Like we've been here since like 1860
Okay.
something stupid. 1860 something stupid. But yeah, my granddad used to do the buses between Huddersfield and Manchester. So Huddersfield's like a smaller town. They were in the Premier League
Okay.
a couple of years ago. And when you used to do
Thanks
the
to
bus,
a Bermudian.
and when you used to do the buses, you used to get match day tickets to go watch Manchester United for working that route.
Cool.
So he went and watched United. Was there like the '68 final and stuff like that. So he watched best all these man, and he took me to my first game when I was 4, and yeah,
And that was it.
That was it. But it could have gone either way because my mom's a Liverpool fan, dad's an Arsenal fan.
Oh wow.
I got a couple of City fans and Liverpool fans in my family.
It's all split up. It's all split up.
all split up. So yeah, but I've been a United fan since I was like 4.
What about you, Bots? Because I told you how I became a Man U fan yesterday, but you didn't tell me how you became a Man U fan.
Yeah. It was mid 90s. It was just like an arbitrary decision where you just sort of
Mid-90s.
everybody is just sort of like, watching Premier League football in the family, right? And then there was like one particular, like the Ryan Giggs goal, that where he's like, doing it all himself.
Right.
I think by that time, like I had already seen a few Paul Scholes goals that I was just like trying myself on the pitch, and I was trying to get that long range, work on my long range power, and and I just every time United was playing, I'd be like, I gotta make sure that I watch, and it just, it was just like a natural like gravitation towards United, and the whole family also just chose United too.
Oh wow.
So it's not like Wajids where it's like there were others that are like, oh, we
Yeah, like the split.
Yeah. I do have a cousin that was more Liverpool because Liverpool was obviously like, coming off of that like hot streak of like mid 90, early 90s, late
Yeah.
80s, like hype, so yeah, so that,
Just before Man U took over and they just fell to the wayside.
yes. So yeah, that's how it was just like, and United has this thing of like, like Fergie time was a big thing because I'm a very last minute person, and like final.
Oh, so you're a procrastinator. That's what you're saying?
Yes. So like, but procrastination with winning though. Like I'd be like,
Okay.
like procrastinate but still do something and like get results done. So that's how I connected with United. I
Got
don't
you.
know
Got you.
what John Morgan's story is.
Oh, he looks so into the game. I'm scared to even ask him that question.
Nah. So it's rumor has it, because when I was born, my first words were Manchester United. So
Oh,
He's proper. I like
wow. Wow.
for real.
Wow.
that's how you know, brother. That's how you know.
Not even Dada or Mama.
United.
He
Dude,
said
man.
Coco Glazer before.
Straight.
It's United.
South Africa done
Yo,
everything.
unlucky.
South Africa done everything but score.
Right?
Everything. But Rebukile, you see what you're talking about this number 11.
Yeah.
Quality.
He's kind of cooking something.
I haven't seen the South African keeper yet. It's all been played in Lesotho's half.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
But
simple as that.
no, so,
Trying to
the real story is when I was growing up, there was my neighbor. He liked footy, and when I was getting into footy, he like showed me like the teams, and I was like, okay, I like this team, and it was Manchester United. It wasn't for any specific player. I don't remember. I just remember like watching them. At the time, it was maybe how old was I? Unlucky. At the time, I was maybe like 6 or 7 when I first started watching. So yeah, that's the time when Ronaldo just started, was it? Yeah, was it? Yeah. When Ronaldo just started coming from Sporting, and Scholes was there. I remember Scholes. So yeah, but I don't remember much players, but I know the team United. And that
Gotcha.
time we didn't have so we call it DSTV. It's like basically like your cable network. So that time we had 4 government channels, all right, and then we had a Mnet, it's called Mnet, and then there was OpenView. So what happened was Mnet OpenView used to happen at 5 o'clock till 7 o'clock on a Sunday, and then the games used to come on OpenView on Mnet, but it started at 6 and OpenView closed at 7. So I only watched first half,
What?
and then and then my parents. So I think my parents saw how disappointed I was, because I really wanted to watch.
And they
then
end up
after
getting you cable?
cable, yeah, and then from there,
Oh,
crazy, no?
you owe Man United a lot, bro.
Bro. And now this team do this to me, bro. This team do this to me. Imagine years of
Man United made you get cable as a kid.
bro. But my parents always wanted it because they started coming into some money type of thing. They were now supporting them, like, the class is now improving, so we were gonna get it anyway. But I think the motivation for me to get it was important. And since
Gotcha.
then, but I won't lie to you, the day my heart broke when I realized this club can break me is AC Milan. Kaka.
Oh,
That's final. I think it was a semi-final, quarter-final. I'm not sure what it was. Was it the final?
Semi-final.
Semi-final, no?
Are you talking about the
Kaka.
one? Are you talking about
Yo.
the one in? Are you talking about the one in 07?
Yes.
Yeah, the one
What?
where
That was when I realized.
the one where Heinz, bloody knee kicked ever. Yeah, 07.
Kaka. That's when I was introduced to Roberto Kaká, brother. Yo, nah, he broke
You
me.
should have saw him against
I'll
Liverpool.
never forget that. I'll never forget that. That's when I realized, oh, this is actually serious, no? This is actually very serious.
For 2 years, he was amazing, Kaka. He was untouchable.
Yep.
He got a Ballon d'Or, didn't he? Those 2 years, he was gliding through them pitches. For
Just
real, he
seems to
was.
be a little bit faster than everybody in terms
Yeah,
of
the
movement.
guy just glided past everyone. He really did.
But he wasn't like necessarily like a sprinter. He wasn't like
No,
speed.
just
No,
that
but
technique.
he's just
It was the ball for me. It was the ball control and the IQ. The way he used to turn his body and run with his body, and the way he
and the
used to handle the
long
ball.
shot, the long shot as well. He had power.
Yeah,
He could
Because
hit
a guy can be faster
brilliant.
than you, but you can twist him up with your body movement, can't you? And you then gain second or two on him.
Yeah.
It's just, it's incredible.
Nah, so that's when I realized it's actually serious, but I still stick with it. So you really imagine that, bruh. I've supported the club so long, and then these players do this to me. Ten Hag do this to me.
I think they're not only doing it to you, John Morgan, they're doing it to all of us. That's fans. We're all in the mud, bro.
Right.
Yo.
I want to
all
hear
in the mud.
also Young Poppy's story, by the way. Big up everybody that's tuned in. Guys, we have more panelists than likes.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Somebody in here
hit the like button, man.
Yo, that's crazy. Who didn't like the stream, bro?
Hit the like button, people.
People are being lazy, aren't they?
Right? Recently, that's been happening on like every channel, though. Like people are not like when they come in, they just get engrossed in whatever the stream is and forget to just hit that little thumbs up.
Young Puppy, how did you become? Did you tell your story yesterday? No, I don't remember.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. How did you become
To be honest, I don't really remember exactly, man, but I could, I guess, give a little bit of an excuse. My uncle's a United fan, so I guess I might have looked up to him, but I just remember growing up being a United fan. I used to really like watching Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's the reason I actually wanted to play striker and all of that as well. So, and then since him it was Rooney after that, and then that's kind of all I remember. Really, becoming a United fan, I remember every like bits and pieces of games and stuff. Like, obviously, like but other than that, me becoming a United fan, I'll probably just say maybe my uncle.
Yeah,
because my daddy, he wasn't into football until, let's just say, City started doing well. Nobody really was, and I mean, people played football. Like my uncle played football, my papa played football. So I was always gonna be into the sport, but a United fan, it just has to probably be my uncle. Probably watch any games, and I watched the game with him or something. But I remember it was definitely Ruud van Nistelrooy in that game, and I don't know if it was his first season or what. I couldn't remember all of that, but that's when I first started watching football. Well, becoming a United fan. Sorry, I was watching football like kind of prior to that, but not really. I was too young to worry about being a fan of something, So, so it just gradually became a fan. Like, I was watching football from like, as far as I could remember, probably 4 or 5, which would have been 99, 2000.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no. I wish also like I had that one moment what I remember because it's just fragmented like you. I remember being like, oh, I saw the Scholes goal versus this, and I wish I could piece it all together.
Yeah, I wish I could really piece it together myself.
Yeah, I know NN's story. NN had a curfew, and he came back home late, and they told him he's grounded, and he has to be a Chelsea fan.
I could believe that too.
that's how it happened.
And then are you supposed to do a hot chip challenge?
No, why is
No, I
everyone
think
giving
he has
people
like
hot chip
jerseys.
challenges?
I think he has to just wear a certain jersey or something. I could be wrong.
No, he has to buy is it a clear lake and a Robert Sanchez 2 goalkeeper jersey.
Right? Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
You know the way this game is going, Lesotho is gonna get a goal.
Yeah, Lesotho's gonna steal the goal.
But I know how much times we're messing up here in front of the pole.
Yeah.
I've seen the keeper once now for South Africa in 44 minutes. Crazy. I can't even get to see
What's
if
the problem?
I wanted to see at least one shot on target. He's playing sweeper, he is. Look how high up he is, the South African keeper. Well out of his box.
Yeah.
It's just,
Modern day goalkeeper, like John said.
Yeah, he's right. But then it's also because Lesotho just playing in their first, 30 meters.
Yeah.
They're right in their box.
Yeah.
But they can't get out also, man. Because you see, the what we're missing is the reason why we're not ahead is even though we're dominating the ball, we miss a player called Temba Zwane. His name is Mshishi. Temba Zwane, no? Now Temba Zwane, he is now 35 years old, but he is our best player. He is brilliant. So I don't know if he's
thread the ball. Someone to thread the ball or something.
Is he a midfielder?
He's a 10. So he's
red ball.
he's
Yeah, I
in
see
and out
that.
of the game in the half space. He loves the half space. Now I thought they're gonna play Rebugile like him, but this coach put in left wing. What must he do on the left wing? And they put Percy Tau in the 10. Percy Tau's on the 10. Yeah, and this goes against how we play. We play tiki taka. We the best African tiki taka side, and it don't make sense.
Hey,
that's the reason. That's the reason why Sundowns win everything. Everything.
Zuma's there watching. Look, they're focusing on Zuma now. I think it's Zuma with his white cap. Have a look now if that's Zuma.
Okay, let's see.
With a white hat.
No, it won't be here, man.
See if that's Zuma. It looks like him.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Jacob Zuma.
Is it?
Nah,
in the white hat?
No, it's not him. It's not him.
But you see, I mean, kind of mind you, my picture's not look.
You want to know what's funny? You want to hear something funny, guys? You see that guy, the colored guy there, with the glasses?
Yeah.
His name is Danny Jordan. A month ago, he was arrested for corruption. He's out on bail.
He's got
What?
A true African story.
That is insane.
He goes from arrested to VIP.
That is insane.
The president of SAFA. The president of SAFA.
He looking good, with his suit and everything.
Bro, he was arrested.
VIP.
And now he's out on bail because we believe you're innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. So you keep your job, you keep everything. Everything is still stay the same until you're guilty. All right, okay, go to jail.
In the meantime, he then buys the people. He buys the court. He buys the judges and whatever,
Yo, that is.
I don't know about that.
But with all seriousness, though, the Caribbean, some of the Caribbean countries are like African countries. The corruption is crazy. Like speaking for myself in my country in Guyana, the corruption is nuts.
I haven't been to a country or seen a country without corruption. Obviously, some are higher levels, but every country is on some corruption. In England, look at these guys charging they steal like mad too, everywhere. Obviously, the levels can be different, but yeah.
I mean, even in America, there's corruption.
Yeah, it's just that some countries might be a bit more organized than others, but the ones that aren't organized with corruption, damn, that's a vicious cocktail. Which is, the case of the so-called third world, don't they? Where they steal even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But the
just
thing is,
stupid.
with the first world countries, they
Mm.
steal other countries' money. Third world countries,
Oh
they
yeah.
steal their own country's money.
Yeah. Of
You
course they
see,
do.
now,
Oh,
they,
well, yeah. Too bloody right.
Yeah, shout out to anybody that's tuning in. Overhead Kick TV, big up yourself and Star Lord as well. People that are asking about the Botswana game, yeah, Botswana didn't do well. We lost 3-1 to Algeria, but right now South Africa is still 0-0 to Lesotho.
Somehow.
David.
Hey, you know, corruption happened. They bought the referee, and
David and Goliath.
yeah.
But the
So
thing is, because these two know each other like the back of their hands, it's one of those sometimes when they do play each other. I mean, I'm sure they play each other a lot, I believe.
nah, they
Oh,
don't.
oh,
Lesotho's
no,
Lesotho's not a country.
They don't. Okay. So that
No.
therefore it proves that when they do play each other, there's going to be a bit of, they're going to Lesotho fighting for their lives. They don't want to get beat, do they?
No.
To their bigger, what they call a brother or whatever, name,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. For instance, when Portugal played Angola in the World Cup, Angola qualified for a World Cup in the last 20 years, I think it was.
Yeah. And
we Adam and Eve, they drew each other in the bloody World Cup draw. It's crazy. So they gave us the hardest game ever. They even in friendlies, of course they would, because it's like they want to show up, don't they?
Of course.
Whether you could look at it both ways. They want to show their oppressor, they want to show their brother, they want to show whatever it may be, yeah. But they want to show up.
Of course.
There's history.
Yeah, there's extra incentive.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. They drew each other, and I support both. I mean, I'm born in Angola. My father's born in Angola. My whole family, my mother and father born in Angola. So I obviously rock Angola, but obviously I've got Portuguese heritage. That's my first language, Portuguese. So obviously I support Portugal. But when they drew each other, I was like, damn, Yeah, that was shit.
Yeah.
That was one of, that was bad. In a World Cup first group, it's like, damn, I want them both to go through.
The most conflicting feelings,
Yeah, that was the worst in a World Cup, dude. Yeah, that was shit. It's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah. When is Bermuda playing? I'm looking. There's all these places that are playing. All these
7:55.
Honduras.
I play Honduras.
But the thing is, Papi, this whole Bermuda Triangle, the whole mystery or whatever you want to call it, is that for real? What do you know about it?
Well,
what do you know about it?
I know it's a different subject, but you're around there, aren't you? What's all that? A lot of supposed things have disappeared and God knows what.
What else do you know about it?
Not a lot, but there's crazy conspiracies on it.
It's just about people disappearing and stuff.
Planes and I don't know. Yeah, kind of. There's there's a mystery about it. I'm not fully aware. Yeah, but I know there's something there about it, the whole Bermuda Triangle. If you see what I'm saying. Do you know anything on it?
Unfortunately, I do, and I get asked about it every time.
It's not in Bermuda. Look at that.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't know a lot about it. It's not in Bermuda. Okay,
look.
Oh, you guys didn't know that it wasn't in Bermuda?
I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Zoom out a bit. Any buts? Zoom out. Okay, look.
Yeah.
So Bermuda's right there.
Yeah.
And then it's a line that goes down to Puerto Rico.
There. Okay.
That line then goes up to Florida.
Okay.
And then back to Bermuda.
That line goes to Bermuda.
So it's this region here.
Okay.
Now you see it.
Yeah.
So
Are
they
those tectonic plates, young puppy?
Yes, that's all it is.
Oh,
Tectonic
so
plates
it's a
just makes
tectonic
the
plate.
compasses go all loopy and
Screwy.
yeah.
Yeah, they get screwy. Okay.
Oh, so
Yeah, that's all
it
it
is
really
around
is.
there then. It is around there then, is it? It is around that area. The
Yeah.
whole, yeah. But is
But if
there
that's the
anything
case,
that
you
just
know, I've swam in the Bermuda Triangle and
damn
nothing happened to me. I'm here to tell
nothing?
you the story of me
you
swimming in the Bermuda Triangle.
you swam in it?
If
Damn,
that's a real thing, yeah, I
yeah.
suppose I have.
But there is that mystery out there, isn't it, or whatever it may be, about this whole Bermuda Triangle thing.
I think
Yeah.
that's a old like what
Is it?
what Jid was saying about the dog. I think this is such an
I was
old
gonna
wives'
use that.
tale
Yeah, I was
from
gonna use that.
the ships back in the day and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can imagine that
However,
being a busy
that's
area
another
there
thing as
too.
well. Like, okay, it was a lot of ships that didn't disappear, they just crashed here, type of
Mm,
thing. You know what I mean? So we have a lot
Yeah,
of shipwrecks around
yeah.
Bermuda,
yes, because I think
and that's just because of the reefs.
yeah, I was just about to say it's the reefs and stuff that's a part of
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Mm.
Because
See, I look.
back in the day, remember the nautical stuff that the technology that the ships have now. Back then, they didn't. So they wouldn't. They probably didn't even know they were coming up on reefs. And next thing you know, there's a hole in the bottom of the boat, and it's
Even
just
today, like my papa actually, he used to be a pilot, bringing in the ships,
Yeah.
the cruise ships and stuff that come in. So obviously he can guide the cruise ships in, like he knows how to read the radar and whatnot, you know. So that was his job pretty long as well. And yeah, so it's not easy. Like you could just come here and think you got it. No, it's a lot of reefs around. If it's not high tide as well, yeah, you could really mess up your boat, innit?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm glad I asked then because now I've had a little bit of clarification. But I've always heard about that triangle thing or whatever. And you being from around that area, well, both of you, the lady and Papa yourself.
Riri and Young Puppy. That's that name.
She's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
technically around there to
Riri. Is
be
it
fair, but
Riri?
she would know about it.
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
well,
I actually but I actually make it my duty to find out about my community, and that technically
Basically,
is
yeah.
considered my community. So
I
yeah.
can imagine that
100%.
being a very busy area there. You know, back in the
Yeah,
day,
the
like you said,
shipping
now
lanes that go so the shipping lanes that go to like England and Eastern Europe, they go straight through that little passageway right there between Florida and was it
Bahamas.
right, Bahamas and Cuba over there. So
Okay.
yeah, they go through. That's the shipping lane that goes through to Eastern Europe on that side.
quite
Okay.
easily, possibly one of the busiest in the world. Surely, like
Yeah,
naval
I
areas,
mean,
got to
yeah,
be.
you could definitely say that. You could
Yeah,
definitely say that
because it's
Wow.
for
like the
sure.
passage to America, to South America. It's kind of it's kind of all kicking off there, isn't it? At the top, anyway.
Well,
Okay.
I saw something the other day that was saying that China is gonna come around the other way, and they just did a deal with Mexico, and they're gonna go through Mexico, which will cut 5 days off of going around and going through the Panama Canal. So
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that should be interesting.
I don't. So, Young Puppy, how did people end up in Bermuda? Like, how did you like?
Slaves,
How did I
ships,
how did I end up in Bermuda?
slave,
Like, was it
I
inhabited before? Like, I'm just curious.
slave, slave
Slave
ships,
ship.
slave
yeah.
ships.
Yeah, of course it's inhabited before. But the
No,
reason,
but
yeah,
I know it's a very dumb question, but like, I'm
I,
just
I,
curious
know-
about like
I
the
don't mean it's facetiously like that. I mean it's
yeah.
like there is like tribes and all that. There's loads going on in there.
Did slaves find people in Bermuda? That's what I'm curious about.
Well,
They
the
found
slaves wouldn't have found
hogs.
people. It's the white man would have found people, but
They
you
had
know.
found hogs and stuff on the island when was it one day Bermudez? I want to say it was one day Bermudez, but yeah. they had saw hogs on the island, but they claimed it to be obviously the first thing, and then they had not statues, but carvings on the walls, whatever, wherever. And I want to say it was Portuguese at first as well. But yeah, we had wild hogs on the island, so obviously it was already people here before, isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
well, I mean, all of that is part of the Barren Strait. So back before all of that was water, it was
Also,
legit
Bermuda's a
ice,
lot bigger than
and it was bigger. Yeah.
the
that
first
like
European,
that what we see it as well. It's huge actually.
but
It's a hill like Bermuda's underground under the sea, basically.
Underwater.
Yeah, it's like a mountain kind of like, and that's
Yeah,
the top of the mountain.
basically, yeah.
Listen,
Volcano actually, but yeah.
Yeah, volcanoes. Yeah.
you live on a volcano.
Yeah,
Well,
it
they
it's
is.
a
don't they
I,
don't
volcano,
live on
yeah.
a volcano, but an
It's
active
way
volcano is
underneath that.
what caused the landmass that's considered Bermuda.
Damn.
yeah. And above you, the Azores Islands and Portuguese islands, they're very volcanic too. You know, just north of you, north of Bermuda. Go just above Bermuda.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are.
It's
Yeah,
Nova
those
Scotia.
ones very
No, you got it.
just
It's
above
like
Bermuda.
above Bermuda, so it
Yeah,
stays
just
in there.
above it, and zoom in to the right,
To the right. Go to the right. It's
above
nothing.
Bermuda.
They
No,
Okay, look, zoom out, zoom out. I can help you out a little bit here. I know. Okay,
okay.
zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Okay, I can see. Go to the
Right
right.
there.
Go to the right. Go to the right.
Right
It's
there.
actually a distance right there.
Right
Yeah,
yeah.
there.
right there.
Oh, look.
Damn. These guys here?
Yeah,
Yep.
cause okay,
Yeah,
it's the Azores around here as well, right? Or
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
that's
that
closer
yeah,
to
that's what he's
Portugal.
yeah, that's what he's
Yeah,
talking about.
there's
Okay,
yeah,
That's
good,
what,
because a lot of people here are from the Azores.
that's why I'll say those are all Portuguese islands. Those islands were used by America in the Second World War as stations. They still are American Air Force stations. Everything to refuel, cargo, all sort of thing. That Winston Churchill actually triggered an English treaty that the Portuguese and the English have. It's the oldest ally treaty in the world from 1240 something. It's called the Treaty of Windsor. So they're the best mates, so to speak. So
Yeah.
Winston Churchill knew this. He triggered that friendship accord we had, and the Portuguese let them use those islands, i.e., let the Americans and the English use those islands. That's why we've got a big alliance with the Americans and the English, the Portuguese, because of those favors and vice versa.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's reminding me of you know the place, it's a little island called like Tristan da Cunha. It's like the most uninhibited island. It's like also inaccessible. Like you gotta go to the only way to get there is by boat, by ship from Cape Town, which is a 6-day or 7-day trip. And you can't, that's the only way you can get there. And it's like, let me
from
see.
Cape Town to where?
Tristan da Cunha, I think that's called
Okay. It's
this
an
one.
island.
It's an island.
The Cunha,
Uh,
that surname is Portuguese. It's like
Yeah.
that guy who plays for Wolves.
Oh,
Cunha.
there it is. There it is. You see where the island is, and if you zoom out with respect to like South Africa, it's like so difficult to get to.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Portuguese name. That is the Cunha.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a Portuguese game.
Yeah.
So like they don't have like small Cessnas that can fly there or nothing.
Nah. You
It's
cannot.
just by boat. It's
Yeah.
just accessible by boat.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, guys, you know the word Cunha. It's obviously a name, someone's name, but it's also a word in Portuguese which means a cunha is say you looking for a job, yeah, but you've got somebody in that job that you know and he can help you get the job, yeah.
Yeah.
That person is called a cunha. You feel me?
Okay.
It's like an ally, he's a cunha, someone who's gonna get you what you want with how
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it means, cunha.
Wow.
It's my language,
right?
right?
This is how it looks.
Okay. Wow, it's beautiful.
Yo, what is SLD's beef with me, bro? Like he like what? He's like a kid on a playground, bro. Like every
Riri, SLD is just a troll. It's not just you. It's
Oh,
That's the thing
oh
on the internet. You're gonna get these chat bloody.
How have South Africa not scored?
South
you
Africa.
saw that, right? John Morgan, you okay, John Morgan?
It hit the
Yeah,
goal
I'm fine.
and it hit the other post. That's
I'm
crazy.
fine. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a good attendance there, decent attendance.
Yeah,
Sold out crowd, bro.
Which city are they playing in?
I think they're playing Peter Mokaba, so I think that's Durban. I'm not sure. Let me check.
Durban.
Peter Mokaba. Where's Peter Mokaba?
You know that building I remember back in the 80s, there was a building in Johannesburg. It was like gold or something. It's called the Golden Tower or something. Is it still the tallest building in South Africa?
I don't know.
Yeah, they had that. It had that fame sort of thing. I've been to it. I've been outside it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah.
Polokwane, they play Polokwane, Limpopo. Yeah, I don't know about the building, but I know.
Yeah, it was in Joburg. It was people used to go to check it out. I've been outside. We went to see it outside, when we were in Joburg. But it was like the tallest building, certainly in Southern Africa. You feel me? Back in the day, yeah. One of these tower things like Trump Plaza or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it was huge, back then. I just wonder if it's still. I'm sure a little Google I could find the answer, but it was famous.
Okay. Apparently, this thing I've been trying to look up what Yale is talking about. The Hadron Collider. Does anybody know?
The boson Hadron Collider in Switzerland.
It's in Switzerland.
It's in Switzerland.
Okay.
It's in Switzerland.
Okay.
Okay.
Was it where they were trying to replicate the Big Bang, which I don't really. Anyway, that's a story for another day.
And then create they're trying to generate the same amount of energy and force using the small particle that exploded to replicate how much energy it takes to create the Big Bang.
Oh,
but so they say allegedly.
Yeah, that's a different topic. That's a truth is truth. That's creation.
Yeah, that's a truth is truth.
Yeah.
How do you believe the world started? But that's to be fair, we say that's a truth is truth. Truth is truth isn't happening. Let's be real. I hope Joe Blackman's in the chat and heard me say that.
He's been here in and out.
It'll make its yearly appearance. Court, don't worry. It'll make its yearly appearance.
The Big Bang.
What's annoying about Joe with truth is truth, and I tell this whenever I speak to him and whenever he actually does it, I say it's such a sick concept and it needs to happen regularly. And then it'll be like, yeah, it'll do a good show, it'll be good, and then you won't see it again, like you said, for another 3-4 months.
Yeah, I was talking to him about him.
South Africa don't win this game. South Africa.
Yeah, I was talking to him about it, Courts, and he's really thinking like he's gonna be regular with it after his whole, his ordeal, his situation with his aunt and stuff is over.
No, he's not.
No, I hear that. I hear that he went as in, and I know what he went through.
You know what, Wajid? You know what, Wajid? I'll keep him accountable because I actually enjoy that segment. Like that's like Courts is saying, it's something that's really needed, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a big football fan, but I can only do so much football carousel conversation. Like carousel conversations, like this morning, that conversation about Rasmus, man, I was like, oh, here we go again. Like it's like going around in circles and not
really. I was so vexed because I was like, we were having like the whole point, like KG's channel, yeah. If it's unique and you know that it's unique, but like if you're there just because you want to have a football debate and only a football debate, then there are other channels where you can go to where they'll only have football debates. We're gonna have stupid court cases.
Facts.
KG actually though, I want you to know that curse out that KG did this morning, that actually gives me ammunition for my case. Cause what he said to Mark and what I said to that Liverpool fan, it's about the same thing. It's just different words, bro. So we go have a discussion about that.
Is KG the one that on United stand?
Yes.
Okay.
United,
No.
United,
No, not anymore.
He used to be.
United view.
He
Used to be.
He still is though. I do see him there. He does some boxing too.
No. He does. He has his own boxing stuff.
You definitely don't see him on United.
Not United Stand.
Not been on there
And
for about 5 years.
BTG.
No. Okay.
No.
Reread that.
But it's like, you know when. Go
Sorry,
on.
go.
Sorry,
No.
go on.
I was no. Go on, calls, please. Go on.
Now I was gonna say, you know, like when you're watching live and then like the conversation just goes a bit left for like 5 minutes. You always get that one person in the comments, stick to football.
I'm here for
yeah,
football. I'm here for
facts,
football.
facts.
I'm here for football. It's a
Yeah,
football.
but
It's
you
a
get
football
that a
show.
lot. In the boxing
Technically,
community,
but that's why he rebanded it, because it's not only a football channel. That's what the rebrand was for, wasn't it? Isn't that what I understood from him rebanding it?
Now the rebrand was more about growing, like as in, because he's as in making these, because it was his channel name was just KG the comedian, but it doesn't necessarily link to sports. And he said rather than just being a United channel, he said he wants to be kind of like a B-Tech VR sports kind of thing.
Okay.
he does boxing. I'm sure I've seen him on boxing.
Yeah, he does
Oh.
undefeated podcast with Travis J.
I watch Travis. Travis is a comedian. I know that channel. I've known him for years because I've been in the boxing community for years, and I've seen him there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they do go keep it boxing if the conversation veers. These are on other channels. I know what you mean about keep it football, keep it, you know.
But to Court's point, like you can always, if that's not what you're up for that hour in the morning, then there's other channels that have that content.
There's many channels these days, isn't there?
Yeah.
Lesotho. I need Lesotho to get a goal, you know.
Bro, they're not getting nothing here, bro.
John Morgan, how do you feel it?
But I think it's
John
the
Morgan,
underground.
what would you do if you lose to your younger? What would you do if you lose to your younger brothers?
Look, we're not gonna lose this game. We're definitely not gonna
You
lose.
can't get beaten up by your younger brothers
like
on
the
the mains, you know.
confidence.
That's a bit
At
embarrassing.
least we lost to a bigger team like Algeria.
Big man, you are not a football team. You know that. You know that, bro. You know that. Your team is filled with dads,
Mahrez,
with
bro.
plumbers and mechanics and your teachers and people that must take leave, people that must take unpaid leave. I heard that one of the players had to phone
John
in
Morgan,
sick.
what you trying to say? Botswana's team is full of cattle herders? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm pretty sure the goalkeeper was a food reviewer.
My internet went away. I didn't hear what you guys said, so it's all good.
If the goalkeeper, like if there's a professional or someone playing international football and their belly is bigger than mine, that's a concern.
Oh wow, you are very right about that. You are very, very right about that.
And he's on the main stage. He's on the main stage, bruh. The World Cup. If his team win, they can go to a World Cup. Nah, brother. He wanna eat. He don't care.
You got a defensive lineman in goal.
They'll be looking for him, saying, "Where is he? He didn't show up for training. He's somewhere in America. He got lost in America."
No, the only place he's gonna get lost in is
he's gonna join the NFL.
He's gonna be in IHOP. Then he's gonna be in Waffle House. Then he'll be at some barbecue restaurant.
Wingstop.
What is that man doing?
Yeah, of
Bro,
course.
nobody. I wouldn't encourage anybody to try to stay here next year if they come here, bro. Just go. Don't
Yeah,
stay.
America is not good right
Just
now. It's not
go
the
stay.
No,
Go stay in Mexico or go stay in Canada, but not here, bro. Not here.
America cut out funding, our healthcare funding that they funded for us for our HIV
oh,
and
they
AIDS.
cut the funding. Yeah.
So now people that's struggling with HIV and AIDS, they get medication for, I think it's a week. Where before they used to get it for a month, they get it for a week, and then they must come back again next week and the week
That is
after.
what. That's the U.S. That's the U.S. aid stuff, right?
Yeah. And
This
Donald
man.
Trump thinks
This man.
that
This man is a criminal, bro. Like legit a criminal. So he is a
What's
legit.
mad,
He
yeah, is
is
when
he's a convicted felon. Like legit, our president is a convicted felon. Like you
Well,
can't get worse than
he's
that, man.
he's gonna be a free. He's gonna be a free man. So he's no longer gonna be a convicted felon, is it?
He's gonna be a what, Richard?
He's gonna be a pardoned. He's gonna be pardoned.
He can't be pardoned.
Do you have fair
'Cause
elections?
that wasn't a federal case, so he can't be pardoned from that one. That was
it?
it was the Southern
State.
District. Yeah, it was the Southern District of New York against him. So he is a felon. He is a legit felon as a president.
Sorry, I thought it was a federal case.
Hey,
Nah.
Rare. Do they have fair elections there in Guyana, or is it the same president every term?
In Guyana,
Is it the same old president? Or is it,
no, it's not the same old president. It's just like we were talking about corruption within
It's
the
all
government.
Indians. It's
Yeah.
all Indians.
Who said it's all
It's all
Indian?
That troll Enan. Hi Enan.
How you doing?
This is the verbal troll now. Instead of
I heard you guys talking about me while I was doing my work. So
I mean, if it's all Indians, what are you trying to say? If it's all Indians,
I'm Pakistani, so
nah, mate, you're not getting off with that one.
I swear, after I tried defending you this morning, you elite waste man. And you saw me trying to defend you as well. So
I did. They gave you 50 memberships. No.
You said you'd pay for the memberships.
What the biggest punishment I noticed this morning was people having to give memberships.
Yeah. So.
Nah, well, I think our captain was
Crash.
banned for 10 straight.
No, Crash did it first.
Well,
1-0.
I think
1-0.
not yeah, Crash did it, but well done, John. They're only like to small island.
They've just
they just
Finally, John.
Who did I tell you?
Finally.
What's his
it's
name?
number 11.
What's his name?
It's number
And
11.
look up his name.
It's number 11.
I can't even see that.
John is on a delay. John is on a delay.
He said, "Watch out for him." His name is Relebogile Ratomo.
Rebohile of fucking brother.
Yeah.
Rebohile. You must say that.
Relebogile.
But did you see the run? Did you see
But
the
wait,
run?
why does the South African shirt look like the Brazilian shirt?
Right?
Because they're wannabes. They're wannabes. That's all they can do. They can live
Who's
through other people.
Who's the guy who makes the run here? The guy who made the run.
He's a young player, this guy.
The 12, number 12, number 17.
17.
Number 17,
Yeah, but your boy finished well there, John. Fair play.
John Morgan.
Yeah.
John Morgan. From what I've seen, from what I've seen watching your country, I can just tell you right now, you're never making a World Cup. Just enjoy this little time that you have.
You want to make a bet?
enjoy the little wins.
Shots
fired.
Huh?
And then
I'll make a bet with you. How much?
Okay,
how much money you want to lose? How much money do you want to lose?
John, just watch this, just quickly, and then you can make your bet.
Oh yes.
Oh my God!
Wow.
What did I tell you guys?
Cinema.
Lesotho.
Wow.
What are
Don't
you guys
believe it.
watching this on? It's available on the FIFA website for free.
Disney,
That's what
Oh,
I've been
it's on the
watching it on.
FIFA
Yeah,
website.
Disney Plus.
ESPN. I'm on ESPN.
I'm on FIFA. I'm on FIFA. I'm on the FIFA website. They're running it there.
Oh, what happened? I'm working, so I can't watch the match right now.
The goalkeeper just smashed the ball into a South African player's head, and it's just hit the post, and then it
Hit
bounced off,
the
and then it
hit
bounced off the keeper, then it hit the post again.
It's
In,
been
in.
happening all game. Like,
So
Yeah, go on, go on,
John,
John.
John, and then bet.
Give some recommendations, dude. I'm not a betting guy. I don't bet. But for you,
After telling me, go on. How much?
I don't bet money, man. Don't
Get
bet
out of
money.
here, man. Get out of here. Don't waste my time.
We do a forfeit. Come and do a forfeit.
Okay,
Hey,
what do you want to
John,
do?
hey,
what European team do you guys want to sort of follow? Follow if you follow it straight up
None of
already.
them.
None of them.
Portugal. I like Portugal because of Bruno.
Portugal.
What about everyone else?
2-0.
I'll go
What?
with
Well, Wajid is an Englishman, so
Oh,
I
he.
don't watch it. I don't care for it.
You don't watch English?
Jaden
Okay.
Adams. Tiki
You don't watch
taka.
English for real, Wajid?
I support England at the tournaments.
The tournaments, yeah.
First goal.
Them man
But
there
yeah,
that don't want to get deported, man.
I'm a casual England fan.
So Wajid, on a
Say that again.
you're not like you don't support England?
Could care less.
Okay.
Genuinely, could care less.
So you're just like
What-
you're
But
just
if
a club,
Jamaica
what-
like
play
a club
England, I'm
football
supporting
person.
Jamaica.
Oh yeah.
You
What
know
about
Jamaica.
Papi?
You know
Yo,
Jamaica
Court.
is making the World Cup.
Yo, Court, y'all got a good team. Like going to
And
the.
then keep my country's name out your mouth.
Mason Greenwood.
So, and
MC.
wait, and
What
then
about
and then
Papi?
hang on, and then Cameroon or England then.
What the hell? What kind of dumb question is that? It's Cameroon.
You're
Papi,
talking
what
about other people
country
don't
do
want
you
to get
follow?
deported. Get on the boat, you waste man.
I'm born here. I've got my papers.
So you say.
I'd go with Portugal, BTG, and France. I like France as well.
And France as well. What about Papi and Bermuda? Apart from your own, your own country, obviously, or
I'm an England fan.
England fan. Yeah. It's nice to get a
He has
flavour
to be.
of everybody.
He has to be.
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
British.
Colonized by the.
He has to
He
be.
showed us.
I'm British.
He showed us
It's
the flag
ingrained in
last.
him. They teach that
He
at
showed.
school.
I know the flag. The flag's got the British Union Jack on it. He showed
Yeah.
us it.
They
Yeah,
teach
exactly.
that. He learned that at school. Your football national team is England.
We were singing "God Save the Queen."
I mean, I
Yeah.
I speak Portuguese at home with my mother and father, or used to. So obviously, you're gonna support the Portuguese-speaking countries first and foremost, all the way.
Elias
Just
Mokoana.
the way it is.
Elias Mokoana
It's
plays
just the
for
way it is, kind of thing. Yeah.
France.
So where's
Brazil,
BTG from?
Angola.
Africa, I know.
Me, I was born in Africa and lived my first 17 years in Africa. And
Okay.
I left there in 89 and I went to Portugal for 2.5 years. I hated it. And then I moved to England.
But you still back the Portuguese teams.
Yeah, because I can't blame the people. Maybe I went, at the high school, at the work, or this and that. You can't class the whole nation on some, maybe idiots in some town or something. It's just that would be stereotyping.
I get it.
You know what I mean, don't you? Because some people haven't been about.
Oh yeah, I
So
definitely know what you mean. I had a situation this morning that proves that. I get it.
They've only been in that same town.
I gotta
this
watch
and
that, but there's so much to catch up on from this morning.
She said what?
Same puppy. Yeah.
Last 20 minutes. If you want to watch the fireworks, last 20 minutes. That's it.
Okay. Noted.
As soon as Mark M commented and KG saw it, the stream kind of just went a bit. a lot. I was gonna say a bit, man.
Yeah.
A lot, man.
No, the thing
Walking
is,
came in and caused nonsense and caused chaos.
yeah,
Not nonsense, caused chaos.
before I even got home, like
So
I looked at
because
the group
oh
chat
yeah,
real
because
quick and I saw a
Marco,
Mark
because
M
you
message and I'm like, huh?
But rare,
you
Something happened.
it's I
rare.
swear it's Riri, not Rara.
No, Riri, sorry, but Riri. But I lived in Zimbabwe, not just in in Zimbabwe for nearly 10 years. Yeah, so
Oh,
that's
so
also had that. Yeah, that's
you're legit a traveling
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Did you
because
eat more pani worms when you were in there?
because when war broke in Angola in '74, we didn't sort of, obviously you had to escape or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, some people say we went to Angola. I mean to Zimbabwe. You feel me?
Okay.
We went to Namibia first, and then we couldn't get into South Africa, and then we ended up settling for Zimbabwe. You feel me? And that's how it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you lived in Zimbabwe, because they didn't want to go Botswana. When you lived in Zimbabwe, did you try more pani
Oh,
worms?
he just said.
More fun.
He
Yeah.
just said.
Those Mopani worms.
I know my culture. I got friends from Southern Africa.
Yeah, we used to go to Zimbabwe. We used to go to Botswana loads. We had flying. I used to eat everything there. Flying ants, bloody everything, you name it.
I was at my friend's house, but I was too scared to try it.
I gotta.
Yeah,
Yo,
we
Coach,
try. Yeah, we
Coach,
try. Yeah, they're nice, crispy in the oven with a bit of salt. Trust me.
Everybody that
Coach,
does.
Yes, Riri.
actually, Coach,
Yeah,
those worms actually have a lot of protein, believe it or not.
they
Yeah.
do.
That's cool. But
They
I
do.
was too scared to. I was too scared
That's
to
why
try
I
it.
look young for my age. That's why I look young for my age, because I had that good African roots.
Yeah, because you and Bots are the same age, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Look at that. Look at that sauce. Look at how good that looks.
Yo, Coach, were you born in Jamaica or you were born in England?
Yeah,
I was born over here.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
I was born in
Okay.
England. My dad was born in Jamaica, and then my mum was born in England to Jamaican parents. So my mum's older siblings were born in Jamaica, but she was born in England.
Oh, okay, because I heard Joe Blackman said he was born in Jamaica and then he moved to England when he was 7. So
yeah, that would be.
I know.
I would have.
No cap. Jamaica in Africa. That Bob Marley. Everybody was a Bob Marley fan back in the day, wasn't they? Especially in Zimbabwe, because Bob Marley did a song called Zimbabwe. I don't know if you guys know it.
I mean, he did it too, right?
You know, in Zimbabwe. So it's for the Independence Day. Obviously, Robert Mugabe got him in for the Independence concert and all that. But I love that song, Zimbabwe, because he mentions Angola in it. He goes, war in Angola. Mind you, no, that's War, the song. He's got a song, War, and Zimbabwe. They're both sort of the same sort of connotation. Yeah, Zimbabwe, the song Bob Marley. Shout out to Bob Marley. Everybody played Bob there. Everybody.
Legend. Yeah.
I love Bob. Love him.
That's how everybody know about Jamaica anyway. If it wasn't for Bob Marley, Jamaica would have been a little island in the ocean.
Hey, Riri, calm down.
No, it's kind of true. It's kind of true though. The reggae, you could say the reggae artists.
Coach, you know it's all love, man. You know it's all love.
No. The thing is, when I go anywhere, because my dad is what we'd call quite red, so he kind of like has. When we went,
your dad's like me. Your dad is literally like me.
But he's redder than you though. Like when we went to Morocco. When we went to Morocco, they thought he was They started talking to him they started talking to him thinking he was one of them because of how his complexion is. And then he's like, nah, Jamaica. They're like, Bob Marley. And then starts. So yeah, Bob Marley is definite. And Usain Bolt as well now, I guess.
Yeah, but the first reggae star, the first international reggae star was Jimmy Cliff. Shout out to Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah,
I can see clearly now. The rain has gone, and the harder they come, the harder they fall. I mean, Jimmy Cliff's a
that's a
legend.
big truth.
A
I big up Jimmy
legend.
Cliff.
Yeah,
Not
Jimmy Cliff's
somebody in the chat saying a Raheem Sterling.
Damn. Wow.
I didn't even realize that Mason was Guyanese. I thought not Guyanese, Jamaican. I thought he was from one of them small islands. Because
Nah, he's
Rashford is like
Jamaican.
Rashford's
I
like
think St.
Lucian or
Kitts or
something,
something.
right? Or
Yeah,
I
Kittish
or
think it's
in
send
St.
there.
one of
It's, I
them.
think it's St. Kitts.
Yeah,
To be fair,
St.
because
Kitts.
when I went
Yeah,
St. Kitts last year January, fuck, don't quote me on this, please. But I think it was either the owner of the taxi services there, like not taxi, but like tour services, whatever. Like, he was his Rashford's uncle, I believe. I think that's what
yeah.
was said, but I didn't even really pay
You
attention
didn't
to it
put-
too much,
No,
like.
I think
But
he's definitely from one of those. Like, I think it was one of those, like the
Yeah, of
smaller
course.
islands. He was.
I see Anthony is saying that he's gonna come back and play football again.
Oh, nice. I'm
So
still excited about that.
not Anthony from our team, the one that used to play for West Ham that was in the accident, that plays for Jamaica.
Oh,
Oh,
Michael
Antonio,
Antonio.
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 Antonio, yeah,
I was,
Antonio.
yeah. So when you said Anthony was coming back to United, I was like, oh, I'm very excited about.
No,
Because
no. I
I don't.
wasn't talking.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
talking.
yeah,
No, we talking international.
yeah,
Sorry, Antonio. Yeah,
yeah,
Michael
because
Antonio.
yeah, Antonio, yeah, because I be having debates because I was very vocal of the fact that I don't like a certain number 11 who used to play for us, and a lot of people want him to play for Jamaica, but I'm definitely not one of them. And
Man
Well,
like
you don't
he
want
who
me.
must
You don't want me,
man
Spa.
like
You
he
don't
who
want
must
money,
not be
mates.
named.
Nah, but
I do
I know
not,
it's
I do
probably
not want
a
Voldemort.
personal. I know it's probably a personal whatever, but that dude's gonna put y'all in a good position because he is a shooter.
I
He's a
think,
shooter. He's a
yeah,
sniper.
no, I think
The
like,
legit
and
sniper.
because the thing
One
is,
man.
because what irritated me with the whole situation was as soon as you criticize the person a lot, and this is not, I know you're not doing it, but there was particularly certain someone in the community who was a big fan of him would be
Just say
like, but
Mark
he's
Ken, man.
so
Just say
talented.
Mark Ken.
Just
Just say
say
He's
the
Mark
so
Ken.
name,
talented.
fam.
It
Just
ain't
say
no
the
reason for a
name,
certain
bro.
someone.
I mean,
Everyone knows.
to be honest, that's
He,
probably the only thing that he and I probably like see somewhat eye to eye on. Because
yeah,
I was a bigger fan of him than I was ever of Pickford. Ever.
but the thing is, I was such a big fan of this guy, always backed him, like before. But then when something like that happens, I'm like,
Who's on
sometimes.
the trade?
Nah, train
You
was
alright
going
on
past.
that?
My bad. Sure, me myself. I'm at a station.
At
Some
least you didn't jump.
something like some things are
Are you
bigger than
talking
football,
about
in my
Mason?
opinion. Yeah,
Nah, no. Like I said, everybody's entitled to how they saw that situation. I have a very different opinion of that situation, but and I'm a woman, and I'm speaking from
yeah.
a woman's point of view, so I have a very very different view of that situation. But yeah, he a shooter, man. I wish
No,
I
I
had
think
somebody
he's a
like
talent.
him.
He's
I wish
a
I had
talented
somebody like
footballer,
him
and I can't
on the
take that away
Guyanese
from him.
team. I wish I had somebody
He's
like him on the Guyanese team, bro. He's a shooter.
a very
yeah,
talented
go.
footballer,
Coach.
person.
Coach, yeah. I hear what you're saying. We was talking about now about our number 11. Mark In's favorite. All right. How's it possible that
I,
this
I,
guy go, no?
I would be. I'm not going to be
Sorry.
surprised if he pulls up in the chat soon because he's heard his name. But there you go.
Like
Man's
This
like
guy go.
Voldemort. He's
he's
like
like
Yeah,
Voldemort. I just want
yeah.
y'all to know if he does pull up in this chat, I respect all of you. Much love to all of you, but I will leave.
Anyway,
Bro,
so
is a beef like that?
um, that bro,
and then you saw
that
What
guy,
did you
he
what did you just say? What did you just say, Wajid?
no, and then you saw what he said this morning. He made it like that.
I don't
Nah,
understand what that
it
word.
was
I know that word is like a diss, but I don't really know what it means. So I couldn't understand the gravity.
It's quite a derogatory term.
I know it's a bad word.
Yeah,
So
I don't
I
really
had
want
to
to go into
Google it.
explanation.
I had to Google it, and when I asked Mark in, what did it mean? He tried to make it meant something else, but
He
nowhere on the
lied,
internet,
Pam.
Yeah,
He
nowhere on the
lied.
internet it said that that's what it meant. What he
and
said, yeah, was the main thing is basically taking the piss out of someone's size and calling them a cow.
Oh, so he called
Yeah.
Riri fat, basically.
Basically, a fat cow, innit?
Yeah.
Now
He
you could
knows what he
say it,
was doing.
Pam. Like, no, listen. Let me explain to you, gentlemen, about me. I got very thick skin. I'm a West Indian. We grow up just dissing each other just for fun. That's how you grow up in the West Indies. That's not the problem. That is not the problem. What I have a problem with is that this dude
Is it like
just straight
Trinidadian?
up is getting a block that and on a lot of levels he's been getting a blight when other people's been having to do certain things based on whatever the court
One
decides or
last
whatever.
event.
And this dude, this situation's been going on now since what? End of
Well,
January?
you got
November.
John and Mark. You got Box
November.
and John there who did the chip.
But that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, and every time it's a conversation, like I'm not even trying to give this dude air, bro. Like legit not trying to give him air.
Let's keep them conversations out of this.
That's what I mean,
space.
yeah.
That's it's a good vibe.
Anyway,
getting
so
back to,
anyway, John, you were gonna say something about number 11.
getting back to now that situation that happened, right? Now this is why like we must be careful as people that have opinions and have voices. That guy now is happy now with this woman. He have a child. He's scoring goals. But now my bro, the thing is, things happen. People make mistakes. We can't judge people of what they did.
John, do you know when?
But
Sorry,
Because
from
let me just finish, man.
sorry, go on.
Go on,
sorry,
right, you go first. You go after, and then I'll
Yeah.
say. Go
Yeah.
on, John.
So
Finish
for me, we can't be the people because if we were put in that position, for example, because nothing. Sorry, go. 2, 3. If we were put in that position as maybe your family or his family, how would we treat him? You know what I mean? So we must now we now cut off our nose, and now we have to deal with Erasmus. Besides now what happened, all right? Because we must not deal with Erasmus. We must deal with Anthony. We must not deal with all of this stuff where we could have just be like, okay, society is X one way. We're gonna David Beckham it, and we're gonna support this guy. Obviously, if his decisions, support him and support his family, support them. Because, bro, for me personally, it can't be healthy to do what we did to him. That's never healthy, ever. Never. That will never be healthy, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Are you talking about Anthony or Mason?
No, he's talking about
Mason
Mason.
Greenwood?
He's talking about Mason.
Mason Greenwood.
But it's
Sorry,
bad.
Waj. Go on, what were you gonna say, Wajid? Sorry.
What wasn't healthy?
The way John
the
said
way
the
he got-
way.
Yeah, but
and,
you know why he got that? Because of the leaked voice messages, right?
Yes, of
and
course.
the pictures. But John,
Yeah.
Like,
hang
can,
on. Wait,
can we like just to make sure? Has everybody here heard the voice message? Like heard the voice recordings?
Yeah.
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 'Cause, like I heard that and I felt physically sick.
Right.
I felt physically. I was like, regardless of, I don't like, I know people say context of situations. Regardless, as a man, I don't feel like there's any context where that should be happening. Like, I look at my wife and go, that me saying that to you is like, that's just like horrible. So I don't like, and me saying that is like, I know he's a talented footballer, but him scoring the goal and me celebrating it just doesn't feel right. I said this to KG, and I said this. I was serious with it. I was like, if he stayed playing for our team, I don't know if I could support us. Same way, the NFL team I support is the New Orleans Saints. We were linked to a guy called Deshaun Watson. He had troubles. Say if he was our quarterback, I don't think I could support the Saints. Like I think certain things are bigger than sport, in my opinion. And I just think, but like let him have his career in France. I hope he doesn't play for Jamaica. If he does, then I ain't really watching.
And John, you also need to understand the board went to the women's team, the United women's team. They worked there, regardless of what we think. The women's team worked there. The women's team have an opinion, and they had strong opinions at the time, regardless of what you think, right? Her old man coming out and saying it's a mistake, blah blah blah. That made the situation worse because everyone then turned on him because he went, "How are you, as a father,
I
supporting
said
those
the same
images of your daughter, right?
Money, innit?
Regardless of what happened, no, but
Is
that's
he a
it.
Man United fan? Is he a Man United fan, the father?
He was thinking about Premier League money. This got nothing to. I'm sorry. If your daughter's in that state,
Cash fan.
if your daughter's in that state, do you care if you're a Man United fan?
There's no bro. I've got
no
a
excuse.
daughter.
There is no excuse.
I've got a
but
daughter. There's no explaining. There's no bro. I don't care if he's our top striker or anything like that. He could be putting up Cristiano Ronaldo numbers and be up top for Man United. If that's me in that situation, I'm not going out there supporting him publicly. Forget money. Forget any of the notoriety, any of that nonsense. This is what I'm like. You can separate the two. The brother was so talented if we're going to just say, right, let's talk about him as a footballer. The highest potential I've seen from someone coming out of someone
both
like,
footed, amazing. Both footed,
amazing footballer.
Amazing,
Could fit like you say like what Rasmus doesn't have in terms of that instinct in front of goal, where to be, how to finish. He had that, all of that
with both feet. With both feet.
But when you look at all that voice note, like I think I was listening to and someone said, because people justify it sometimes and go, right, and I know Riri said that she's heard it, whatever I think. But if you go, right, who are the most important women in your life?
I think it's only people in England heard that voice note. I didn't hear that voice note here in America.
Have you not heard the voice note?
Oh,
We didn't hear it in America. So,
but Riri, what I'll say is, if you hear the voice note, that might change your opinion slightly. Because the pictures, I've seen, like, I'm not to kind of, but you've seen pictures like this before. But pictures can kind of be slightly explained, but not saying like people can be like, oh, that's makeup, they're dressing up for Halloween. When you hear the voice note, that's when you're like, forget this guy. In my opinion, anyway.
And there's no two ways about it. That sort of stuff you can't have it at the club. Of course not.
No, I'm not. Like I said, I had no qualms like what Wajid said with the women coming out and saying they were uncomfortable and they didn't want him there, and I get it. I get that. My thing in this life, and like John Morgan was saying, and I speak to that, we in this life, we can't hold judgment over people for the rest of their lives. People make mistakes in this life. I'm sure all of us at some point in time in our lives, it may not have been that big of a mistake, but we have made mistakes in our lives. And if we didn't have people who forgave us and moved past it based on the strides that we made after those mistakes,
yeah, I think you should
then where would this place be? That's what I'm saying. But for what I get, like I said, I respect everybody's stance on this situation because everybody has their own stance and their own experiences with stuff like this, whether it be, inside their family or somebody they know that had a situation like this. And I respect it. I wouldn't try to convince you otherwise, but I'm saying in this life, generally, forgiveness is a big thing. Like it's a very big thing in this life.
I think some people and I'm a Christian and I believe in forgiveness, but there is also, it's not like you're forgiven and there isn't any sort of punishment like there. I think South Africa just.
How did they not score that?
No.
I'm sorry, coach. I'm sorry.
It's cool. I saw John with his arms raised, ready to celebrate.
That should have been a goal, though.
He should have scored that. He should have scored that.
Definitely should have been a goal.
That should have been a goal.
Damn. He should have scored, yeah.
So go on, coach. Go on, coach, as you said.
So I'm saying, as in, And I think this is like it's a biblical principle in terms of, yes, there's forgiveness, but there's also punishment there. And I think sometimes we talk about forgiveness, but then that doesn't mean that there isn't punishment. And also, he's never come out and said what he did was wrong. He's never actually properly apologized. He's never said, do you know
I think
what?
that's his
As a man, I
management
messed
right
up.
there.
No,
I
why
think
is he
that's to his
sorry,
PR
no,
team.
Riri, sorry, because I think the next question you is going to ask is why is he apologizing if he wasn't convicted or anything like that, right?
No. That's not what I was going to say. I
Okay,
was
my
going to
apologies.
say, why is he apologizing to the court of opinions if
Okay, so
you don't know if he apologized to her and they had their own
right,
conversation?
so Riri, here's the thing, right? So it's roughly around the gun. The problem is that all the evidence was there, and it's like a well-known open secret. Everything only got dropped because she was pressurized because of his career, not because it actually went to the courts, and that's why in England anyway, people are still very pissed off about it. The fact that everything was there, and she seemed to get pressured, and now whatever. But I'm talking at the time, everything got dropped when the evidence was there because it didn't want to get put forward. So it wasn't that he was right, he was wrong in the eyes of the court. It's the fact that everything around the situation.
Yeah, but she dropped the charges. That's what you're basically saying.
So the money was right.
So,
In a
So
but
she
some
nutshell,
people
was
say,
confident to
she
drop
dropped
the
the
charges,
charges.
basically.
So
The
okay, so
bag
as
was
a
right.
woman, right?
Any
Because
guy
you
with
guys
that
are
is
all
like,
you guys are
Correct
all
me if
men
I'm
on
wrong.
this
She
panel.
didn't. She didn't bring the charges. Correct me if I'm wrong. She didn't bring the charges.
Did she get a
Guys,
bag from it?
guys,
Did she
we
get a
haven't
bag
heard
from it, everyone?
BTG's
she has a whole kid.
Go
Right.
ahead.
So I'm
Hold
as
on,
a
hold on.
Hold
woman.
on a minute.
Riri, hold on. Let BTG speak and then
Yeah,
Riri.
I just
Okay, go
wanted to
ahead.
ask. After all, did she make any money out of it? Did she get a bag out of
but
this?
She's
For
married
dropping
to
the
they're
him and
still
has
charges?
a
together.
kid.
They're still together.
Ah, right. Oh, that's wonderful then.
Yeah, that's
Happily
the
ever
thing.
after.
Not even that. They
That's
literally had a
crazy.
kid. They literally had a
Wow.
kid. Like,
Right after.
Wow.
yeah.
And you know what
Okay.
I'm gonna you see, I'm saying this because I'm a woman and I know I have female friends that and courts I like I said, I haven't heard the voice notes. I don't know what's on the voice note, but there is I don't even know if we should have this conversation on Bots' channel. But
Nobody on here
there
is gonna charge you, at least. Like,
no,
nobody here.
it's not even about charges, but it's just there is a thing, such a thing in a relationship when um basically it comes down to it where people say it's angry sex. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
there is
yeah.
that. Some women. There's the
You know
old
what I
saying
mean?
where the woman
Cosplay
gets
and
beaten
stuff
Kink.
at
like
Yeah,
that.
home.
you know what I mean?
Kink.
So
Yeah.
and I'm and believe it or not, I'm saying this as a woman. Y'all are all men on here. So if anybody should have a problem with this, believe it or not, I should be the one kicking up a stink and being XYZ. But I also, and I'm see, I can't have this conversation because people are gonna look at me crazy.
Riri, I'm gonna be honest. If you hear the voice note, things are a lot different than just the pictures.
Is anybody able to send her the voice note, though?
I'm not.
At least?
It's a
So
bit twisted. They're still together though. It's crazy.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
But
stayed for the bag.
that's what I'm trying to
She
say. Like
stayed. That's
in
She
that
stayed for the
Yeah,
moment,
but
bag,
in
abuse,
that
and
moment,
she left.
that angry woman, listen to me, courts. In that moment, that angry woman, and I'm guessing none of you
Dangerous.
have that kind of woman in your life, but there are women like that out there. In that moment, to be petty and to be vindictive, and there are women out there who are like that
We're
in certain
Canadians.
instances, will do stuff like that. And then when they realize how far they've taken it, now they got to pull it back. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I believe that.
I've
That goes on.
experienced it. I have literally experienced it.
I know that goes on. Of course it does. Yeah.
I so vehemently, unfortunately, I vehemently disagree with.
No, I mean, like I said, Wajid, I haven't heard the voice notes, and if I hear the voice notes,
Riri,
maybe I'll have a different opinion, but I
Riri.
haven't heard them.
Basically, the
Not-
voice note, yeah. The voice note, basically, you had Mason saying, open your effing legs. And she was like, no.
And then he tries to force himself upon her.
Yeah.
Right. So it was okay. So it was similar to
Anyway,
the Mike
South Africa's
Tyson.
through, eh? South
It's
Africa's
the
South
Mike
through.
Africa-
Tyson. It's the Mike Tyson
And
story.
we
all
are
over.
looking very good. Tiki-taka football.
What?
Looking fantastic.
What John
We're
Morgan is
looking-
saying
we're
about South
looking-
Africa?
doing business. All I can say is I was right. Lesotho. Go back to your day job because
You had a
you
1-0
are-
win. You had a 1-0 win. Humble
And then it was,
yourself.
and
You
then it
went
was
to your
2-0.
neighbours and had
It's
a 1-0
2-0.
win.
And then
The
it's
guys don't
2-0.
even have to
2-0,
cross the
man.
water
It's
in the
2-0,
boat.
And then
And then it's actually 2-0.
Ooh, it's 2-0.
And then-
It's
and then-
2-0.
and then-
It's 2-0.
It's
It could have been
2-0.
3-0. I don't care
Who
what the
Oh,
score
yeah.
was. You stink.
Who let Mark in the chat? Who let
Wait,
Mark
and
in the
then
panel?
did you guys beat Eswatini? Did you guys
No.
beat Eswatini today?
You know the answer to that question.
And then
You know
it's
the answer to that.
Nigerian.
They're decent.
And then it's Nigerian.
No, really.
No, I'm not.
Oh, is he Niger? And then she asked if you're Nigerian, brother.
She asked the
I'm on the
question.
main road, so I won't
He's
say
on,
anything
that,
too
that was
loud.
that was
I
a
won't say anything too crazy.
I'm saying she asked, she didn't
The answer to
assume
that
that
is
she
no.
asked.
It was a
So,
motorbike.
if I was at home, the answer would have been a bit more mad.
It was a
Wolf
motorbike.
running
Relax.
Never know.
Anyway, so
And then I'm just messing with you, bro. Relax, calma.
So
Mm-hmm.
NN stands for National Nigerian, yeah? Is that what
Anyway,
it is?
I don't really have beef with bums.
John, so what's the significance of this 2-0 win?
Nothing.
okay,
He's still
the
third.
significance of the 2-0 is that we're beating the smaller team, all right? Because this is our banana skin. All the years, this is our banana skin. This year is where we lose or we draw, all right? So we're winning 2-0. We don't have our best player in Themba Zwane. Lesotho is nothing to write home about. They're terrible.
Did you beat Rwanda?
And I'm talking, man.
Yeah, I'm asking you a question. Did you beat
They
Rwanda?
asked me a question about significance of this game. You wanna
Imagine the guy who
question
drew.
about-
Imagine the guy who couldn't even beat Eswatini today, talking so much.
I mean, there's,
No, but let him
there's context
say where
behind that.
South
There's
Africa's
context
at.
behind that, but you know what? You
Where
go
they
on.
at?
What?
Wait. John, say what you're gonna say first, then Ed can explain the context.
Anyway, all I'm gonna say is now we 10 points on the log with 5 games. I think 5 or 6 games. What's it now? 5 games. Yeah, 10 points, 5 games. Nigeria's in 6 games, which is good. We play Benin next, and they second. So if we beat Benin, we're looking fantastic.
And where you on the
Who's
table?
Nigeria
Where you
got?
on the table?
Who's
Number one.
Nigeria got, my friend? Who's Nigeria got in their group left in their games? Have they got easy games? Because if they win their 2 easy games, they win the group. Nigeria.
No,
They
No.
They don't win the group. They're nowhere near.
Bro,
winning.
they're fourth right now.
Yeah.
They got 6 points.
Damn, who's top?
and we have 10. So if we win all our
Oh,
games,
they
we
are.
still lose to Nigeria. We still go through.
Okay, you're
You
doing
see.
okay then. All right. See you in the World
Yeah,
Cup then.
so-
See you in the World
Wait, how many
Cup.
points? How many points did Benin have?
Benin have 8.
They're on
8
8,
points.
Alright.
but they played a game more. But NN they played a game more.
No,
Oh.
they should be
No.
on the same. They should be on the
Oh,
same.
sorry, no.
So
guys,
you're
it's not
gonna need-
updated. Sorry.
You're
I'm
gonna
looking at
need
that
a
now.
draw. You're gonna need a draw at least against Benin when you go into that last game.
Bro, they could have
No,
beat
no, no.
Rwanda.
No, man.
What makes you gonna beat them? They're gonna
I'm
beat Benin,
just
man.
saying they'll just need at
No,
least
man.
a
You
draw.
see, I'm gonna ignore you because you are being
You're
silly.
gonna ignore me because I'm right. Your team
You-
sucks.
You are being silly.
Okay,
Okay, let me look for Cameroon here. Where's Cameroon?
Go-
Let's
go
look for
to-
Cameroon here.
that's,
NN wants
that's
a
good.
team.
Let's have a look
They're,
at
Let's
these.
let's give,
they're second behind.
We slipped up and we're second.
Okay,
We
They're
slipped up
second
and we're
behind Cape
second.
Verde.
Well, so we slipped.
Let's
And we
have
beat them
a-
4-1.
Zimbabwe. Look at
who's
Zimbabwe.
Who was Cape Verde's only lost to? And what was the score? Don't check
Bro,
it.
Zimbabwe finished.
Bro,
Bless
it
them.
slip up, but they have 3 draws. They have more draws and wins. Come on in, man. Come on, more. Come
All
on,
right,
more power.
man.
Damn.
All right.
There's
All
gonna
right.
be
Bro.
Cape Verde. Look, Cape Verde Angola.
Cape
That's who I
Verde.
want.
Cape
That's
Verde
who
have
I
the
want.
best
We
looking
need
women.
Cape
We
Verde
beat
for
them
representation.
4-1. We beat them 4-1. I don't want to hear nothing.
But they-
Stop talking to me about them.
But they ahead of
Who's
you.
we? Who's we?
Cameroon.
Who's we?
He's Cameroon.
Oh, Cameroon. Oh, yeah, the Lions.
Well,
Yeah, but
with
They've got their top. Cameroon have the best free kick advisor in the AFCON.
I mean, Cameroon are legends. I can't lie. They are. I mean, I'll be watching him in the 1990 World Cup, ripping up Roger Miller and that. They were going crazy. They should have. I mean, they were in the semis. They should have got to the semis. They were up. They schooled England. England got lucky with Lineker and that. They really did. Because Cameroon should have won that game. But, I mean, Lineker, that was 2-1, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2-1. Lineker got a 1 or something. Cameroon should have got to the semis in that 1990 World Cup. No cap. Easy. But it's what it is. Yeah, Cameroon got heritage. I mean...
Well, it might be because Cameroon were just too shit to
I mean,
progress.
yeah, I know you guys got... Cameroon have got heritage. And Nigeria and Egypt and Morocco. The southern teams don't do as well, do they, John?
Nah, but that's gonna change because we are now the.
It's a northern dominance.
You're now the what, bruv? You're now the what? I watched the last AFCON.
Do you know what? Do you know what winds me up though? Is that the best player to come out of Africa ever in the history of football, right? Came from the south of Africa, funny enough. He didn't come from the north. I bet you guys can't guess who it is.
Who's that?
So wasn't Samuel Eto'o
Try and
there?
guess.
No?
Try and guess.
Okay.
The best African player ever.
Oh, move, man. You're on this Brendan McCarthy thing. Move.
No, not Benny McCarthy. He's loads better than Benny.
George Weah?
No.
George Weah's West.
Close.
I'll be honest,
close.
I don't know what's north, east, south, west, bro.
I'm checking your guys' geography, aren't I?
Zambia,
wrong.
Zimbabwe, Lesotho,
Botswana,
South
Well,
Africa,
put it this way.
Namibia,
I'll give you a clue. He represented another country, but he grew up in that country and was born in that country.
Eusebio, and he's not the best.
Exactly, he is. Fact.
He's not the best. He's a bum. He's a bum.
He's also.
He's a bum.
He's also.
Who did you say?
Should have played for Mozambique.
You don't know what you're on about.
Should have played for Mozambique. Should have played for his original country. I'm not having anyone champion Eusebio here. No, that's not happening.
No, I'm saying he's the best African player ever.
No, he's
Who?
not. He's not.
Who's that best African player?
Who?
Eusebio.
Hey.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, man. Wrap up the show.
Easily.
Wrap up the show, man.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Eusebio is the best African player. He's better than George
Eusebio.
Weah.
Of course he is.
I mean, he didn't play for. An
I don't
African
feel like a
nation.
person who played for Portugal.
He said he's from the 80s, man. This is
I mean,
prime
he's
80s.
African though, isn't he?
No, he didn't
was
play for. It
born in
doesn't matter.
Africa.
He didn't play for an African.
That's like saying the best Caribbean
You
player
can't,
ever.
that's
is
like I feel like
Sterling.
you have to have played for an
No,
African
brother
nation
was-
to be the best.
Brother
African.
was born in Africa. He left there when he was 18.
It doesn't
Isn't he
matter.
African?
And
That's
he
fine.
had
He
the
left it
chance-
when he was
and he had-
18. How
and he
much
had
time
the-
did he spend in
didn't
Portugal to
represent-
end up?
He left
to end up
Africa
playing for
when he
them?
was 18. Do you tell
So
me
he should have
he's
played.
not
He should
African?
have played for Mozambique.
Yeah, he should
He should have played for Mozambique.
He left Africa when he was 18. He was born
He's
there. You're saying he's not
Portuguese.
African?
Who did
Are
he?
you mad?
Who did he
Are you
represent?
talking a
Who did
mad?
he
No, I'm not
represent?
saying he's not African. I'm just saying he
Because
represented a
changed his
European team.
passport, because he changed his passport and he was born in Africa, lived there his 18 years. He's not African. You telling me he's European?
Yeah.
Are you mad?
Yeah,
He's African.
He had
I mean, they call Crash
he had
American.
18 years to represent for Mozambique, and then he chose
Yeah,
to
you're
represent
just
for
getting a
Portugal in
bit. You're
harmony.
just being arsy. That's all.
No,
about
it's
the
No,
fact
I'm
that,
not.
you know,
I'm
It's
with
just
it.
factual.
I'm with
He
it.
decided to
with it.
represent
Really
Portugal.
African.
He grew
He's
up in
African.
Mozambique.
I
He grew
hate
up
the
in
fact that I have
Mozambique
to
and decided
back
to
NN
represent
on this
Portugal.
one, but I do.
Nah,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
grew up
it's-
in
but-
Mozambique and
No, because
But he is African though.
No, but because SLB's
No.
right. Because if we're gonna do this, then the best African player is Zidane. Because he's born in Algeria. This is what we're gonna do.
Of course.
So Zidane's better.
Eusebio's not the best.
So Zidane's better than Eusebio.
Was Zidane born
I'm not
in
gonna lie.
Algeria?
Yeah, he was born in Algeria.
I'm
Definitely.
not gonna lie, Zidane.
No, but
Was
this
he
is
definitely born
if
in-
this is what
I
we're
don't
It's
doing.
not
was
all
born.
that, to be fair.
I
No,
don't
but
know if
this
he
is
was
what we're
born. Was he born in Algeria? Definitely.
Yeah.
Google can tell
I
us.
don't know. But I just know Eusebio left Mozambique when he was 18. The guy's African.
So he had 18 years to represent Mozambique, And how many years
Yeah.
did it take him to decide to represent Portugal?
You can't blame him for being captured.
I
He was
can.
captured and
He
sent
wasn't
to
captured.
Europe, so you
He
can't
wasn't
blame him.
captured. He wasn't
You
captured.
can't
He
blame
played
him for
for.
being
He
captured
played
and
for.
sent to
He played.
Europe. He's still African.
He wasn't captured.
He
He
bloody
wasn't captured.
was.
He
He
played
bloody
for Sporting's
was. He
affiliate club.
bloody
He played for
was.
Sporting. He played for
As
Sporting's
someone
affiliate
from
club in
Jamaica,
Mozambique.
You don't
as
know
someone
Eusebio's
as someone
story.
who's from Jamaica,
I clearly I do.
Go
I
and
don't think
educate
Eusebio,
yourself. Go and
who
educate
knows a little
yourself
bit
on
of
Eusebio's
capturing, I
story.
don't think Eusebio was necessarily captured.
No, he was not.
Literally captured and
Bro, what's
hidden.
going
Let
on
me
here? Like,
explain.
what do you mean by
Wait,
captured? As in, like,
Eusebio
We're
was
Let me
captured.
explain
acting like he
then.
was put on ships. We're acting like
Let,
he was
no,
put on
let me
ships.
explain then. Let me
He
explain
played for.
then.
He played for Port. He played for Sporting's affiliate club
When
and
I
did
say
well, and they sent him
captured, he
over
was
there.
hidden. He was hidden away for a few months from Sporting Lisbon because they were supposed to get him
From other
first.
teams, from other
Yeah, they
from other
brought him
Portuguese
over
so
to
teams.
Portugal.
what's this captured thing about? Because that's sounding more like slavery, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
but that
it's
has
whatever. It's whatever. I think. Yeah, he was taken.
what you're mentioning has nothing to do with him representing Mozambique. That's his club career.
He's the
That has
best
nothing to do
African
with him
player
representing
ever,
Mozambique.
dude.
He's not African. He's
He's
Portuguese. He's Portuguese. Respect him. He's Portuguese.
I claim him as African.
I claim him as Portuguese.
Yeah, he's from Africa.
Nah, he's Portuguese.
Nah, he was born in Africa.
He's Portuguese.
I claim Botswana are Scottish.
How did you know? Like I have a grandparent.
He'd be born in Africa though. 18 years he was there. And he ain't African. Jesus Christ. What's
18
going
years,
on?
and he decided to go play for Portugal.
I mean, yeah, but you've just hitting him on that technicality that he decided.
It's not a technicality. He
He
decided to go and play for
decided
Portugal. He
And he
decided he's
changed
from
his
It's not
Portugal.
really a
passport.
technicality.
He changed his passport and that. A man don't look. The man's from Africa. What are we talking
No, you was
about?
gonna say he don't look Portuguese. You was gonna say he don't look Portuguese.
Man started playing barefooted in Mozambique. What are we
But then you
talking
could,
about?
I'm sorry, you could say that about the entire French team that won the World Cup. That none of them quote unquote look French. Like what we doing here?
I mean, yeah, that French team was Africa winning the World Cup.
Yeah, but they're not, though, are they? They're classed as French.
Okay, so wait, we can end this conversation. Mbappe's the best African player ever by that standard.
Was he born in Africa?
No, but you said they're African. So why are you backtracking now?
No, but because some of those dudes were born.
You just said they're
in
African
Africa.
team.
Honestly,
Some of them were
he's
born
not.
in
He's
Africa.
not really
Some of them
that
He
were
was
born in
captured.
Africa.
He was captured, bro.
Some of them were born in Africa, though.
Dude,
His
give us
whole
5
point
names.
was born in Africa
I don't
from
know.
the start.
Can I give some
I would
advice?
say someone like
Can I give some
Vieira.
advice quickly?
I think
Can I
Vieira.
give some
Go
advice?
on, John.
Vieira
Go on,
was
John.
born
No,
in
wait, go on.
Senegal.
Can I give some advice
Go on.
quickly? So, say for example, you try to start a car, no? But there's no petrol in the car. And you try everything. Don't push the car, man. Rather go and find petrol and put the petrol in the car. And then you start it and you drive away. Because we're gonna go nowhere if you push the car. You see? So let's stop pushing the car and let's move
You
on.
want to talk about your dead country? You want to talk about your dead country?
Let's
All
talk
right,
about how
let's go.
everyone dances on a piano. Let's talk about how
This
everybody
guy's
dances on a
coming with
piano.
the fire.
And now everybody make how much? Yeah. And you know the World Cup.
Are they going to be doing that at the World Cup?
You know the World Cup.
Hey, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. It's chaos. That's how we love it. Peace. Congratulations to South Africa. And unfortunately, congratulations to Algeria. Big up yourselves, man.